Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to talk about CFMOTOs. I've noticed a lot of people are having issues with the one-way bearing in the four-wheelers, and the side-by-sides don't have a one-way bearing, but they can have a one-way bearing. But the problems with the bearing in the clutch is it's making noise, or it's making it hard to shift for people. Even mine just started Saturday, actually. It wants to creep forward at idle, and that bearing was actually making a lot of noise. So in today's video, we're going to attempt to clean it and show you some tips and tricks. I'm also going to show you how you can get rid of the engine braking, or how you can get better engine braking on a side-by-side. So we're gonna dial that in today, so pay attention to what I'm telling you throughout the whole video, because it's gonna pertain to all CFMOTOs. All of them except for the older wet clutch Z-Force 800 models, but the new Z-Force 800 models, this will also pertain to. So recap, we're gonna attempt to fix this bearing instead of buying a new one. We're gonna attempt to fix it. We're gonna show you how to delete the engine brake on the C-Force, and we're gonna show you how you can add better engine braking to side-by-sides. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. I wanna thank you guys for stopping in and checking us out. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. There we go. So, well, I see the problem already. So you've seen that these are supposed to just slide right off, but we had a heck of a time getting this off. So we're gonna clean that up so next time that don't happen. But let's take it in there. I see what the problem is right now, and we're going to discuss it. All right, so here we go. We have our one-way bearing right here. And what's inside it are these little bearings that are designed to go one way. Well, these ones, they went every way but the way that they're supposed to. So what we need to do is pop out one of these bearings, one on each side. We just got to pop them out. Here's one. Let's see if we can get it out. Ooh, this thing's been hot. It's gotten hot. Probably because I ride way too hard for this little bearing to stand up. So just keep wiggling it out. It'll come out. There we go. We got it out, okay? Got it out. Now look it in there. That thing is annihilated. It's annihilated. It's in bad shape. It's broke. That's why my clutch has been doing what it was doing. So that's got a snap ring, and actually the snap ring is actually kind of broke, so let's see if we can dig it out. Dig out that broken snap ring. Sucker's broke. See if we can push this out. It's just falling apart. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. That sucker's been hot. It's because it was broke and I kept riding it. So this is what happens to these one-way bearings. This is why you don't want one. Yes, the engine braking is nice for some of you folks and some of you riding. These things are garbage. They're troublemakers. There isn't no such thing as a good one-way bearing on the whole planet. I don't care what application it's used in. They are junk. A lot of times they're undersized for the load. Now check it out. You have your whole drive line running against this bearing. It sits in here, and these little tabs, they rock. And when they rock, they grab this portion and they grab the portion on the shaft that it's in. And then your belt runs this, okay? And what happens is these just get wore out because they're sliding across metal. They get wore out fast, pretty quick, especially if you're an aggressive rider like me. If you're doing any kind of aggressive riding, you want to get rid of that. So here's the deal. For you side-by-side owners, if you really want that real slow engine braking, this one-way will give you engine braking from practically 0 miles an hour to infinity, okay? If you want it, you're going to want to source a one-way bearing for a C-force and pop it in your clutch. And make sure it's going the right way. Now, we're not going to get into what way it should be moving because I don't care. I wanted to get rid of this, and I wanted to get rid of it from day one. And I'll be honest with you, I've had problems with it from day one making noise, and I'm just now getting it out of here. Now, these bearings here, we should see if we could kind of clean them. They feel okay. They feel okay. There's nothing really wrong with them. The only thing this is going to do is get rid of my engine braking from 5 mile an hour and under. Alright, so to clean these bearings, what we're going to want to do is grab you a small needle pick. Get up under the seal and just lightly pick up. You won't rip the seal or nothing. That is a pretty clean bearing, but we're going to get us some PB Blaster silicone spray. Just get it up in there. Like so. Run it around just like that. This stuff will actually evaporate, but also leaves like a silicone film. We're going to put our rubber gasket back on there. Rubber seal. And we're going to tap this down in with our hand. Now, we're going to do the same thing to this side. Now what you want to do is get some carb cleaner, okay? And go over the outside of this bearing because you don't want that to be on your belt. There. RedNeck just saved you over $100. Let's go put it in. All right, now when we go to reassemble the bearing, we just slide it right on. Just like that. We put the spring holder right back on, just like that. There we go. Now we put that nylon ring on there. We'll put our spring on. Put that on there. All right, guys, so that concludes today's YouTube video. I just wanted to go over that. I really wasn't sure if we was able to do what I wanted to do with it, or if them little bearings were toast also. Turns out they're not, they're just fine. The problem was just that one-way bearing inside there in the center, which you can remove. So if you're having a problem with it and it's preventing you from riding, pull that off of there, pop out that one-way bearing. Out of those 3 bearings, that's the one that's gonna go bad first. All my years of experience with ATVs and all kinds of off-road vehicles that have one-way bearings, there's a one-way bearing in almost every off-road vehicle, and that one-way bearing is usually what a problem is. So just for instance, like the Yamahas and stuff, they got one-way bearings on the starters. Those are always going bad, especially if you crank the crap out of them a lot. It's just one-way bearings are garbage. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Don't worry about the engine brake. That's what we have these brakes for. But I know some of you want that engine brake. I get it. I totally do. So stock up on those, and they're expensive. All right, guys. Peace out. God bless. Leave me a comment down below if this helped you out at all today. I want to invite you to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Don't forget to check out our merch store and all of our links down in the video description. And maybe become a channel member if you'd like to support the channel. Peace out.